hop, slow twitch. Plenty of nicknames that he's picked up over the years, and yeah, he doesn't, he's changed a lot, the way he looks and that.
Belly,
The Patel belly
wasn't inherited by Nav or Neil or.
Manish Patel.
Good man. Thank you.
Well played.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, see you in a bit. See you next week.
Glad you're leading this.
Me and then him.
Are they?
That's it. Are we ready? Yeah, you've got an umpire. Like I say, are we ready to play?
He said he's going to talk about my girlfriend.
Can we choose what's the name?
Don't know. He Snapchats a 12-year-old,
Lily.
so that's what I'm going to talk to.
Reeve wants me to shout out to Lily.
Is that actually on the line?
Yeah, why not?
Wait, his bird's watching, so fully shout out.
What's her name?
Halfway through the game, when he's batted,
She'll be like, what?
Shout out for Maddie. Be ready later when Ollie comes in. He's a back row. Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back for some more action indoor cricket here in Birmingham. We've got the second under 17s game, 17 and under game between the Vipers and the Hurricanes. The Vipers have won the toss, they're going to bowl first. My name is Kieran Cook. I'm joined here by men's England captain and Warriors captain Anish Patel.
Afternoon, guys. So, Kieran, what have we got here? I think both teams have won their first 2 games. Is that correct?
Yeah, both teams unbeaten so far. Strong performances by both. Pretty consistent performances as well so far. So we're in for a right treat.
Yeah, I've had a few questions from the men's guys around today, just wondering about obviously 17 and under the age group, but these guys are closer to 15 at the minute, is that right?
Yeah, so there's a couple that have turned 16, but most of them here are 15, maybe the odd 14-year-old depending on when their birthday lies. They're essentially, these are the guys that we expect to be going to eligible for the World Cup in 2021.
2021,
yeah.
Okay. And obviously some talented players out there. Obviously the Vipers captain, Reeve Evitts, I believe he won the Most Valuable Player Award at the 2018 Junior World Series. Yeah,
Most Valuable Player.
And then there's the lads in the opposition team, Ollie Walker, Matt Myers. Matt, another big fix in that 2018 performance for the England lads. Obviously fielded the leg side, did a great job.
Yeah, Wardy as well in the Vipers, went to the World Cup last time, so 2 World Cup lads in each team. It's a good start by Reeve. Usually gets a little bit of a way swing, and Connor just sizes it up and leaves it first up.
Yeah, I've been impressed by these Hurricanes lads that have come from Nottingham, I believe, Nottinghamshire. Play at Bar Lane down there, and obviously playing a lot of indoor cricket in their junior leagues, same as the Derby lads. And
they play junior league and they enter in the men's league, which is one of the reasons I think they actually play in the Division 1.
Yeah, they actually they won the National Cup, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
At this age.
Shot.
It's a strong shot.
But well fielded by Jack, who is another member of that Nottinghamshire team. So nice to see them playing against each other. That's what I've seen so far. Is that something you've enjoyed with the men's matches so far, Anish?
Yeah, in our men's games, obviously it's the difference this year is obviously that we aren't in our usual setups. We've gone with this draft system. It's brought some guys together that we've never played with each other, and it's actually nice not to keep playing against the same opposition, the same things that you play year in, year out. And obviously the draft's made it such a longer and stronger competition. To be honest.
It certainly looks it. We've just committing the cardinal sin there of a front foot no ball as he bowled his back of the hand slow ball. Yeah. It's a real strength of his. Swinging away another wide on the offside.
Is there a delay on that? Oh, we're delayed as well. Okay.
So 9 off the first over, Anish. Batting team will be happy with that.
Yeah, I think that's a great start. I mean, first over, haven't lost a wicket and also managed to get up to 9. If they can keep this up and get somewhere near 25, 30, I think the Hurricanes will be extremely happy with that. Obviously, Reeve's one of the best bowlers in that side as well, so to not lose a wicket there and score that many runs is a great start.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting that Nat is missing from this game for the Vipers, who brings a lot of the noise. It's quite quiet in here at the minute. They've not quite kicked into gear. We often find this with the kids' matches. It's a great start from Wardy.
Yeah, I tell you, he's one of the. Obviously, he looks quite small. Maybe they can pick that up on the cameras here, but his skill level is exceptional. The way he gets his fingers around that ball, and the way he feels, and the way he bats, his skill level seems to be, quite advanced.
Just got into the EPP, I think, at Derby, or the mini academy. Sorry. Someone from my club first. There we go.
Wicket there.
Bowled. Never seen him celebrate a wicket in his life, even when he took his first wicket for England. Yeah, first time I ever saw him, he was like 7 or something. Came to my coaching session and he says to me, "I bowl leg spin." And I was like, okay, 7-year-old who goes, "Oh yeah, I bowl leg spin." It was interesting for sure.
And he has got that ability. He bowls leg spin, off spin.
He's weirdly quick when he bowls seam up as well in club matches. He occasionally bowls seam up and he's weirdly quick for someone who weighs about 3 stone.
Yeah. No, you can tell he's obviously had a lot of practice with a ball and a bat from a young age, which is fantastic. And to have the ability that he's got already, obviously the older he gets, the more control he gets, he's going to be a fantastic bowler.
He bowled again. A little bit of noise now. You see the kids start to wake up. It's always the first wicket. The first wicket goes down and then they actually wake up from there. It's just a trait that the kids have.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, Nat Whitten missing. He had another wicket.
Chopped on, I think, there.
Yeah. No celebration again from Wardy.
Never seen him celebrate.
Yeah, and Nat's not here. He's obviously, I think, one of the older ones in this competition for this age group. But
Yeah, he's a real leader.
He brings a lot of noise, a lot of energy. He did that throughout the Junior World Series 2018 in the under-15 side, often in losing conditions as well, which is never easy to stay up and busy, but he's fantastic at that.
And again, it's a fantastic start, Wardy. Luke, I think, getting a little bit obsessed with trying to hit the ball down and first. I think because down and ups are such a positive shot in indoor cricket, we often think we have to do it, but actually a good contact first and foremost is usually, especially to that length, is usually the first starting point.
Yeah, I mean, Luke, from what I've seen this year, has been quite a strong batsman as well. In both the National Cup and then first games today here. Obviously, that's a massive swing from 9 to -4 there, so a fantastic over from Alex Ward.
Another spinner on straight after, so no let up. Ben Turner, another Nottinghamshire player, just got out a teammate, Connor.
Yeah, and
Connor, who plays for Nottinghamshire Outdoors as well.
And that's the key thing again, like with this junior cricket, is that once a team gets on a roll, they tend to stay on the roll. And I mean,
especially in juniors.
Obviously, in the men's teams, we'll be saying to the guys, look, just rebuild, build it up for the next pair. But junior cricket, that conversation's not. I mean, I haven't seen anybody come up to these guys on the side and have a chat with them, teammates, just to say, look, rebuild. That's a very good shot, positive that from Luke Rudkin.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. It's something that we've debated quite a lot, and Anish is obviously on our coaching team as well for the kids. It's something we've debated quite a lot as to whether to give them coaches or not for these games. But I'm quite a strong believer that they've got to learn to play and learn to do those things for themselves. As a coach, you almost have to make yourself redundant sometimes, because if they start relying on you, they're not really thinking about the game. And I'd like them to start thinking about the game a little bit more. That's a great shot, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good talking point for us now is to talk about our junior pathway and the elite performance program we've got going on. But I mean, also, that saying, too many cooks spoil the broth. If you have, how many coaches can these guys have telling them one thing, then another thing, and we try to keep those messages consistent for them. And the elite player program that we launched this year was a massive starting point in that. So, I mean, Kieran, you're basically England's junior coordinator for all age groups from under 11s right up to under 19s, I believe it is. So I don't know whether you want to touch on that junior pathway and that elite player program that we have launched and how you think that's gone.
Yeah, look, it's really, really positive in that we've never had anything before, and just as on the other court, Lewis bowls to Aaron, which would be a nice little battle to watch, but can't see it on the stream, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a really interesting point. We've never had anything before, so it was always going to have some, not teething problems, but always some things that we didn't quite get right. But on the whole, I think we've done a really good job of it. 90. It's well bowled as well, Jack. Hesitation. It's out. It's already out. We've done most of it really well, I think, and what I think we've really done well is consistent messages from 11-year-olds all the way up to the 17-year-olds. They're all playing in a very similar style. Not saying that everyone bats exactly the same way. There's obviously room for a little bit of individual variation, but the messages are pretty similar. And then how each player's skill set suits those messages has been what's different. So that's a real positive for me, that we're consistently developing players who know how to play the game.
Yeah, and so just for those viewers at home that are maybe not from England, or adults that don't get to see what's happening here at Action Indoor Cricket England, but can you explain a bit about the elite player program, the EPP, what it's entailed for these guys? What does it? You're joined the EPP. You're a young lad. Your family. What does that mean for you? Like how does that change your cricket?
What's happened is we've picked between 15 and 25 players. We really didn't want to restrict players based on numbers. It's not something that I particularly agree with, unless there's huge differences between number 20 and 21, for instance. I don't personally believe you need to restrict. So we've had between 15 and 25 players per age group. They've been training more frequently in winter, but also we did some stuff in summer when they were free, mainly looking at fielding and another wicket. Jack enjoys that one.
Yeah, good celebration
getting
there.
His teammate out.
Again, full ball, full outside off, spinning in.
Not looking for contact, looking for a down and up. Sometimes if the length is full, you just have to get a good contact. So yeah, we've done lots of training, mainly on fielding, just looking to upskill some of these guys. We've also tried to get them a little bit more game exposure on the basis that Unless you play in the Junior League at Derby or Nottingham to an extent, you probably don't play that many games. So we've played a lot of games with them. We've tried to upskill them in their understanding of the game, and we will continue to do that through 2020 all the way through to when we pick the squads for South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, obviously I played now about 12 years. I think my first World Cup I went to was 2009 as a under-19 player, and then 11, 14, 17 and so on. But I started at 18, 19. I didn't know about the sport, didn't know about the game, and most people at my age in that World Cup were 18, 19 and hadn't played before. It's fantastic to see these guys playing National League cricket, playing National Cup cricket, from the ages of 11. Some of them are 10, I believe.
We had 9-year-olds playing in the under-12s, just because they're successful at county cricket and have done a good job in sort of the games we've had. So they've then come into it and played from there. Just to quickly touch on that, so -4 for the first pair. It's not the ideal start. But I think what the Vipers have done really well there, and where Reeve comes into his own as a captain, is he's seen they didn't play Alex well.
Yeah.
And then from there, he's just gone spinner, spinner, spinner.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he's not the loudest captain in the world, but he's a really
he's a
good
thinking
decision
captain,
maker.
isn't he?
Yeah,
he's a good decision maker, and that showed in the World Series. He thinks about his bowling, who's going to bowl next, and what the batsmen are doing, and that's fantastic to see from someone his age.
Yeah, he sets plans as well. So even if he isn't, that almost loud Martin Johnson figure character as a captain, he actually thinks his way through a game really nicely and lets everyone else make the noise.
So who have we got batting here, this new pair?
So Charlie Dennis is on strike at the minute, and Joe Kelso at the non-strikers end. Charlie, another lad from Nottinghamshire, and Joe is on the the Warwickshire pathway, and has literally just switched off for a second. That's all it takes. An indoor. Reeve showing his thinking his way through the game is just
left
running
the crease
out.
there. Yeah, just left the crease, backing up.
He lifted his bat. His feet are stood out, as we encourage for them to do, so that they don't have to run as far. But he's let his bat lift, and Reeve spotted it and had him straight away. Yeah,
and good umpiring there from World Cup umpire Wheatcroft, just to keep concentrating and keep his eyes on the game. Easy to look away in that scenario, but yeah, soft dismissal I'd say there.
Oh, definitely.
And it looks like another one here. Alex Ward again, direct hit, head down, no celebration.
The skill set as well. I know that it probably doesn't look particularly quick. It probably doesn't look particularly difficult, but I see men's players miss that.
Yeah.
Just a little flick.
Didn't rush it. Just made sure he hit the stumps. Obviously, could have given it to the keeper, but just wants to make sure himself. Obviously. Just looking at the other court, just seeing a lovely leg side dunk there. I mean, that for me is one massive thing as a player. That even as a men's England side, the guys in our team have only just started being able to learn that, do that. That's from watching the people in 2017 World Cup, watching the Aussies, the Kiwis, the other guys, how they managed to leg side dunk it. Seeing some of these guys do it at 13, 14, 15 years old already.
It's really important, because it takes away an entire game plan from the opposition. They can't just bowl at leg stump.
No.
They have to have something else to offer. So it's a really important thing. And Louis, who played the shot, is a very strong leg side player.
Yeah, that's fantastic to see. I mean, having the option to do that, as I said, restricts the bowling plans. If you've got somebody down upping every single ball outside off stump, then you're going to go straight, and then they're down upping it when it's straight. It leaves the bowlers with a lot of option left.
Yeah, that was a good over there from Sam Wilkinson, who is the very, very tall young man, just bowled. He's just got onto the Derbyshire pathway, not the pathway, the county squad, sorry, so he's in the winter training programme. I think they start tomorrow, so hopefully he's not too sore after playing 3 indoor games. But I had a chat with his county coach on Tuesday. He's very excited by what Sam brings, with a bit more height and a bit of variation to his bowling attack. Yeah,
he looked quite sharp for the rest of the bowlers so far. So they bowled a lot of spin, but looks to have an extra yard.
Yeah, Sam's got a yard. Not always got control, but sometimes you don't mind that if you've got someone with a yard.
Yeah,
he went for -6, I think it said.
I mean, there's a few that we've seen lurking around today. I mean, like you mentioned before,
it's a good
shot there. 5 runs.
Nice from Joe. Joe's very new to the game. He's been to maybe 3 training sessions. He's not really played in a league yet, but he has the skill set from outdoor to bring to indoor, and obviously because he's usually very switched on. this game obviously suits him.
Yeah, I'm just watching Ben Turner bowl here. Has he been a mystery spinner?
Definitely a bit of a mystery spinner. I made a massive mistake in the National Cup when Cobras played against him of saying that he bowls off spin, and then he bowled a leggy.
Yeah, and interestingly, I actually umpired them. I was quicker ball there as well.
They're really on top here, and we're not getting a lot from Matt and Ollie at the minute, which we would usually expect a little bit more in the leadership terms, but they're a little bit down as well. Maybe they need to get up for this and have a word with their batters.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that, the question earlier was, I think, from the parents and a few guys, was about having coaches for these guys. But like you said, you like them to learn their own games, learn about each other. Like you're saying, I think it would be nice for those senior boys just to give the guys here a bit of encouragement or just a bit of indication as to what they'd like them to do.
Yeah, and just to clarify, they're not getting absolutely nothing. I've spoke to every team after every game. So I will be talking to the lads later and saying, perhaps you could have done this, perhaps you could have done that, and just maybe have a think about how it went. It's just that we're trying to get them to think a little bit more independently. It's another good ball. They bowled really well here. The Vipers
extremely well.
Really well.
I watched. I was umpiring in the Men's National League on the weekend. It was the Men's B League, and Ben Turner played for Nottingham then.
Yeah, it's really
and
nice
he really didn't let himself down, playing obviously the second highest standard after Super League, National League, obviously the B division in the men's category, and held his own, batted well, bowled well, and obviously playing men's cricket's helping them.
These Notts lads play a lot in men's leagues, and I think you can throw people in too early, but if you get people, just as saw that comes in, another really strong spinner. They've got a nice varied bowling attack, haven't they, actually, thinking about it. Felix is still to bowl, he's a left-hander bowler. Morgan bowls nice in swing, Reeve bowls away swing. A bit of pace and height from Sam, leggies on offies.
So a well-drafted side, I'd say.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. So the really important question, though, just while I've got you, Anish, which is your favourite kit? Which is your favourite
My
kit?
favourite kit?
Yeah. Taking away, you're obviously loyal to the Warriors in every single way.
Yeah, loyal to the Warriors. But I do like this Hurricanes kit. I think it offers a lot. The Lions kit was a bit simple for me, in my opinion, but
really?
A lot of people seem to like that Lions kit.
Me and TB went with Lions kit.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, even some guys that I spoke to from abroad, when the kit pictures came out, they loved the Lions kit.
That's nice.
And maybe it is that simplicity, just the black and the silver, flashes of orange in there. I think the Vipers kit's a bit out there, that snake skin, the red. But I do like the Hurricanes, obviously very similar to the Hurricane Super League rugby sides. Good catch off the net there.
Love the passion there. Atwell takes the wicket, Solvac takes the wicket, jumps in the air with joy.
Yeah, I was very impressed with him in the National Cup, actually. Played in a very strong Derby side. Not always the kind of standout player that the one that really sets out and sets the world alight. But what he did brilliantly was every single game was consistent. Yeah. Bowling, batting, fielding.
Energy for the team as well.
Yeah, and that's important to have those guys in the side that are like that. They are Mr. Consistent. They are do the basics very, very well. He's definitely one of those guys. Obviously, you have the box office players as such. Your Reeve Evans, your Ollie Walkers, but those consistent players, they mean just as much.
Especially when you're consistent as a leggy. It's not an easy thing to get away in indoor. Kids in England don't tend to play spin that great.
Yeah.
We grew up on those slow seaming wickets and everyone's a medium pacer. So when we turn up and the ball starts spinning and bouncing, your spinners become very useful in junior cricket.
Yes, well, speaking of spin on the other court, I don't know if you can see on the cameras, probably not, but got a young spinner, Tazim Ali from Warwickshire. I think he's in our 15 and under category, but in my eyes, one of the best spinners around in our EPP at the minute.
Yeah, when Jigger Knight saw him at a session we did, Jigger's a professional coach, he's a spin bowling expert. He came along to do a session for us with our spinners, and he was over the moon with his revs. Loved it, absolutely loved him. So, really exciting talent. That's a great shot from Joe, but a bit flat, which gives us fielders a chance for a run out.
Yeah, it's a strong cover drive, not quite down up, but he's hit it with some power there.
It's a good contact.
Decent bit of fielding there too from Jack Wisher. So. This is Morgan
Jones again on the Derbyshire pathway. He's a wicket keeper, but he obviously bowls as well, which makes him pretty useful for indoor.
Good lines there by the looks of it.
And a good batter as well. Yeah, it's just nice to see Tazim playing, by the way. He's obviously quite young, but he holds his own easily at this level.
Yeah, I believe, again, another one in the National Cup. They played in the under-15s that England, under-17s National Cup, the 15s AIC side played.
Yeah.
And Tazim Ali again selected in that Team 8, the best 8 in that tournament, being a complete age group under. So, fantastic bowler, unpickable googly by the looks of it.
Unpickable by you, Anish.
Yeah, unbelievable young talent for the future.
It's not a bad shot from Charlie there. He's got good contact. These guys, if they can get back into a positive skin with 2 balls to go, it'll be a good win for them to get back to positive.
Yeah, I believe 2 strong batting pairs to come. So what
Another
we have
good cover
seen.
drive, but then
run out. Good bit of fielding there by Felix.
Felix, again, another player quite new to us. He's on the Warwickshire pathway. He's a really strong left-arm bowler who's, I think, Reeve is saving for later.
Yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, Reeves are very much a thinking captain, and if he's thinking that they've got 2 strong pairs coming, maybe that left arm in swing against Ollie and Matt, bringing it into them limits their shots, and maybe that's the route he's trying to head down.
Yeah, I think that's the case. How will this final ball go? It's going to be another one. Again, Alex, who doesn't usually keep, just picks it up nice and calmly. No call from the batters. Calling is a huge thing, isn't it, Anish?
Yeah.
The thing I'm seeing always with kids cricket compared to watching the men, you all call so much better than what the kids do.
Yeah, I think that's just an experience thing. Obviously, these nets at Birmingham are very, very different to most places in England that have centres, or even abroad that I've been to. They are extremely tight, and the ball does come back quick. And obviously the senior guys can pick up on that quite quick, that if you are hitting it low and flat into the net, it tends to bounce back, especially square. Even when you down up it, if you down up it too hard here at Birmingham, it comes back down just as quick. So the juniors, obviously a bit more experience than that, and I think their calling will get sorted. But yeah, it's a big difference at the minute between the men's and this.
It does make for a more interesting game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if that pair had come out just on a positive, we've seen that these games tend to be quite low scoring, like 40s, 50s. The other court's going strong at the minute with 62 after 2 pairs. That's the Lions team batting over there. But generally, so far in this junior competition, that the scores have been quite low. As Joe Wilson just hits one through, the offside there, strong shot. Not quite down up, but a good clean contact.
Yeah, so we saw these two bat in the previous game. Jack, who's a very strong county player outdoors, is definitely picking up indoors. The scoring areas for outdoor probably not quite as high scoring for indoor. He's a very good square of the wicket. But he's really improving his ability to hit the ball late and clean. And then Joe, we saw bat in the final pair last time. Very, very skillful, graceful batter at times. Has been with the Derbyshire pathway.
Yeah, he dunks the ball quite well from what I remember as well. He's not,
Yeah,
there we go.
Nice.
Good example of that there.
Gives his partner a chance to get in, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's a fantastic player. Has the odd tendency just to, go for the back net and play a silly shot. But overall, I think he's a brilliant young batsman.
Yeah, that's kids though, mate. They're all like it. Again, good call. Out with a hit though, I think.
Yeah, Alex Ward again, just showing his skills there.
Looks half asleep, runs people out. Wait till he wakes up.
Spent all night playing Fortnite probably.
Yeah.
They're big on it, these lot, aren't they? Love Island and Fortnite. Yeah. They take their Xbox or PlayStation all the way to New Zealand?
No, we banned them. They wanted to.
Oh, they
wanted
actually
to. Said they were going to. I remember having to knock on the door and tell them to go to bed because I could hear them laughing as they were sat, all 12 players in one room watching Love Island. Love Island Australia as well, not even ours.
So a little mention here that I think one of our players from that World Series, Sam Seacharan, most likely be watching this stream.
I hope so.
Yeah, well, loves this cricket, brilliant player that lad, and the lads up here definitely missing him. He's a brilliant player to have in the side, and unfortunately moved down to the south, down Kent Way. Is that right?
He's still going to play though. He's drafted into the 15s tournament.
15s tournament. Yeah. But what a fantastic young player he is, and Freddie McCann, another one in this age group.
Unfortunately injured.
Atwell again, good enthusiasm there. Joe just coming down the wicket, missing it and getting stumped.
Just another example of where when people bowl full, I still think they get too obsessed with trying to hit down on the ball. You play down and up by hitting the ball late, not by hitting it downwards. The direction of the shot should still be just like an outdoor shot. There's no requirement to hit the ball like vertically down.
Yeah.
But kids sometimes, and men, when they bowl full, sometimes get that a little bit wrong. Which is why we encourage people to bowl full.
It's easy when it's that length and you just get inside it and down up it. But when it's fuller, like you said, it should exactly be the technique you use outdoors. Just hit that ball a little bit later, under the eye, get in line with it. If it swings or it spins, you don't want to be catching the outside edge. So get in line with it.
There's a good shot again.
Good clean contact there. Ranganathan. No relation to Ramesh.
I made that joke earlier, mate. I've had you.
But yeah, no, I agree, mate. And that's one big thing that we've had in this country over the years. That's a better shot there.
That's a good shot outdoor.
Yeah.
Right, it's not hitting your boundary, it's rotating the strike, but that's definitely something that, as a person who works with county players, we would spend weeks working on. Can you get the ball in a gap and rotate the strike? Well, actually, this is a way to do it in a game format.
Googly? Yeah.
And again, a really strong down and up shot.
Yeah, he's strong when it's short, isn't he, Jack? He loves that pull shot.
I think that's what I mean when I say about his scoring areas for outdoor. Sometimes didn't when he initially started playing, didn't quite suit him for indoor, but he's growing into that and growing with confidence every innings.
And how have you found that the men's tournament working alongside the 17s? How many of the 17s been watching the men's games?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's about half and half. There's a lot of them who go and sit and watch the test match, which I don't mind at all. They're still watching cricket. But yeah, we've had the Lions sat and watched one game earlier all together. The Vipers all together watching a game. They do tend to watch and they listen and they learn a lot more from that kind of stuff than, for instance, a coach standing at the side saying, do this, do this, do this. They learn by watching rather than being told.
Yeah, I'm just watching some of our Vipers men's side on the far side on the trampolines, just hoping that they don't fall off and break something by the looks of it.
We've already had one player break an arm today, by the way. One of the kids was not playing in the middle game, went to play football in the middle and has broke his arm. Well, therefore missed the rest of the Super League, I believe.
Jeez. So a few weeks out for him then. Well, good luck to whoever that person is. Who's that player?
Harris Khan.
Harris Khan. Well, good luck to him. We hope he recovers quickly and makes a swift return.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Brother to Amaris?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, another good player as well, Amaris Khan, in our youngest age group.
He's been watching all day.
He's been watching all day. Yeah, well, good luck to Harris. We hope that recovers quickly. Yeah, I mean, obviously one of the big things that we speak about with these kids is, different skills, different sports, and I think it's a good thing they play different sports. Hockey, rugby, cricket, football. Yeah. And as we say to a lot of the coaches around here that, say, the indoor cricket, how does it affect the juniors games? We don't want them playing because of this skill and that skill. But we see it as transferable, and all the different sports, different skills, make you a well-rounded individual. So
yeah, definitely. There's a really famous video that gets shown a lot in the coaching sessions that I teach, where Roger Federer talks about how he hated that he specialised so early, and he felt he would be a better player for not specialising. So again, coming down the wicket.
Wisher again, and a big celebration there. I like to see that. I'm a big believer. Yeah, I'm a big believer in creating pressure through noise and pressure through just letting the other team know that they're in for a game, they're in for a fight.
It's something kids don't necessarily do very well. So I think perhaps one of the things we're seeing here is they are doing it.
Yeah.
And it is putting pressure on them. Joe is a very strong back foot player, has been down the wicket 3 times, and I think he's been stumped twice.
Yeah. And I'd be letting him know, these guys, whether it's the keeper or one of the front court fielders, just saying, look, keep coming down, keep getting stumped, try and get into his head a little bit. But like you said, we didn't see that much with the juniors, and
they're all very nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all mates,
nice
aren't
boys,
they?
Yeah.
They're all mates.
They'll all be on a fortnight later talking about it.
Well, you say that, but again, I'm watching across the room, and you've got one of the men's sides hooked up to a TV. I think they're playing a video game. What is it? Mario Kart over there. You don't grow out of it, I don't think. We got Mr. Brotherhood, Tom Brotherhood, Liam Brazier, Tom Clark, Ben Scott, and Jess Clark. They're all playing Mario Kart in the far side here.
Jack Richardson's over there.
Jack Richardson. And I don't know what Cash looks like he's having a nap. Nothing different.
It looks like it's taking a lot out of the players here. So you obviously have played at World Cups, you've played at national tournaments in the past that have been here. How is the Super League different? That's a nice shot. Good skills again by Morgan. How are you finding the physical demands of the Super League in comparison to, say, test matches or previous national competitions here?
So far, I mean, obviously it's the first day of Super League, but it's easier to compare this to like our National League, which before this year, National League was obviously our highest standard. This is now the new competition and the new higher standard. This is definitely more closer to what you'd replicate at the World Cup in terms of that strenuous activity and the effort you're putting in. I don't know why. I don't know why National League was any different to Super League. Why players treated it any different. I guess maybe just it became a bit stale. It's been around a long time, and it needed a freshen up. This is a good freshen up, and I think that there's a people playing the Super League. It's a great shot.
That is absolutely crunched.
Yeah, he's hit that with some power there.
Ollie Green just putting a few comments on. Hi Ollie, it's a shame you're not here, mate. I was really looking forward to seeing you today, doing a bit of commentary with you.
Oh, I think England's #1 commentator at the minute. I mean, had some requests overnight about Ollie actually travelling to 2020 as a World Cup commentator. I have explained to the guys that he is in the running for the squad, and that's where his priorities lie. But he did a fantastic job this week in the Sri Lanka series, not only as a commentator, obviously as a physio as well, and not only that, just being an all-round team guy. Fantastic to have his support.
He's going to be helping us out at Super League with some students from Derby University coming to do massage and therapy treatments for players, given that Anish is going to need it, I think. And he's really graciously accepted helping with that.
Yeah, you know what? That's what the sport needs.
And Lappers.
It needs people like, him, Ben Lapper's another one that's going to be helping out. And it's not just about play. It's about those guys that do support the game and can support the game in other ways, and them finding the time and the ability to do that. So all credit to Ollie. I thought, absolutely fantastic this week.
And he gives Bumble a run for his money.
Yeah. Another gamer, believe it or not, as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he spends a lot of time on, I think it's COD, 2, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Loves his COD, loves his FIFA.
Guys, just to interrupt, sorry Anish, but here comes Felix, who's a really good left-handed bowler.
Matt Myers.
I think the fumble there has got Matt in.
Yeah, he's hit that very, very
Matt
hard.
hits the ball hard. Him and Alex bat from Long Eaton in the Willows Men's League. They bat last skin, and a couple of weeks ago they chased 72.
Yeah, just a quick one. We were having a good chat there, but that third pair managed to get this, 28, I believe, in that skin there, which is a fantastic little comeback. And I believe if these can get maybe another 25, 30, it at least gives them something to bowl at, especially with Ollie Walker with the ball and Matt in the field.
Yeah. They've got a really strong front court fielding unit. Again, well bowled though. Well bowled, Felix. He's a really accurate bowler. He's canny. He's got an off cutter. We did a training session not long ago where we set 4 sets of stumps up and we challenged the lads to hit the stumps as many times as possible, and Felix won the 3 games that we played. He won every single one. So he's a really strong bowler.
And I guess that's why we said, like Reeve said, that's a lovely leg side dunk.
Sharp. Anish is jealous.
3 there. Oh, he's just 6'4", 14, 15
I'm
years
jealous
old.
of that.
That's a lovely shot. Actually, Ollie, just before he went into bat, he walked by our umpire's stand and asked us if he could give us a shout out to, I believe, his girlfriend Maddie.
Who's watching at home.
Yeah, watching at home. He wanted a nice little shout out for her, so shout out to Maddie.
He says he'll see you later.
Yeah. No, but a lovely shot there from Ollie. And again, that's that full ball there you spoke about, and handled beautifully.
And Matt, rapid between the wickets, gets him back up the other end.
Yeah, Matt plays other sports football, is it? He plays and
yeah, he's been. I know he was in the Derby County Shadow Academy for a while. I think he's stopped now, just because he's playing so much cricket that he feels he needs the time off. I think at 15 years old you start to make those decisions. But you can tell he comes from a multi-sport background. He's a Very strong athlete.
Very strong athlete, and it's a great call there from Ollie. I thought there as well. Not that's obviously these two have got great communication, but those kind of runs, here and there where you can just pick singles up. Obviously the double they're on before. Brilliant to see, and can make the difference at the end of the day in these junior games.
Yeah, Ollie's showing a bit of experience. Played National League, men's Division 1 against. I played against him the other day. He hit me on the hand. I thought it was very nice of him to hit his coach on the hand. It still hurts now.
I'm right in saying that he plays for Beacon Cricket Club outdoors?
With Ollie Green.
Oh, with Ollie Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ollie Green claims that this is his product. He's taught him everything he knows.
Funny that. I heard Dan Green said the same thing. That's Ollie's brother. So don't know which one of the Greens have been coaching him, but whichever one it is, they've done a fantastic job.
Oh, Wardy showing the multi-skills.
Again.
A little bit of footwork.
Well, he's had an excellent game so far, Alex Ward. That's about his third or fourth run out there.
Unusual to see Matt not dive.
Yeah, maybe
Matt
he
is a
thought,
diver.
obviously, Alex didn't go down with his hands there. He went down with his feet. So maybe Matt wasn't expecting that. And
They've played football against each other. He should have expected that.
where are we? So Ollie Walker, Beacon Cricket Club, and I believe he played some cricket for Worcestershire second team outdoors last year.
And I was just chatting to him in the break between the last games. He says he's looking forward to playing quite a lot of 3-day cricket from what he's been told. So.
And is that usual? In your experience, you've been at Derbyshire and bits and bobs, but 14, 15-year-olds play second team cricket?
No, the only other one that I can think of, that's quick by Reeve. That's quite
leg
quick.
cutter, that, by the looks of it.
That's canny.
He's letting him know as well.
Yeah, he's not shy, is Reeve. No, I don't know many. Mitch Wagstaff, who's played indoor, he obviously got into the Derbyshire second team as well last year, but he's a school year older. I'm not sure if he played before that. He might have done. He's obviously a very strong player as well. No, it's not something I've seen a lot.
These two are good friends, aren't they, Reeve and Ollie?
Yeah, both at Worcestershire. Both going to, where did he tell me? Going to the Caribbean or something on a pre-season tour with Worcestershire seconds. Reeve's going as well. That's absolutely terrified me and Anish there. Looking away, despite being the two biggest nosers in indoor cricket, we've still flinched to the fact that Matt's hit a ball straight at us.
Is it that hard?
He has hit that hard.
It's a lovely shot again.
Good skills from Reeve though. Out with a hit, I'd have thought. World Cup umpire Matt Wheatcroft would have had a decision to make had it hit.
Yeah, I mean, Matt has had an excellent week this week in the Sri Lanka series. He's obviously going to Australia as the umpire in 2020, October this year, that is, and had a good day today.
Yeah, I was giving him some stick earlier for a decision in a nice way, obviously. I felt that when Anish was batting earlier, he gave a decision against one of the Derby Cobras players who I know quite well, and I thought it was in, and then he showed me the replay and out. So I'll keep my mouth shut in future.
Yeah, they always know best.
World Cup umpire Matt Wheatcroft, very strong.
Shout out to any of the umpires watching from around the world. I know Ben Ridgway taps in a bit. Elton from South Africa. Hello to you guys if you're watching. That's a lovely shot.
Bet Ahmed's watching somewhere, or will be at some point.
Yeah, Ahmed Khawaja, fantastic human being. Brilliant to catch up with him in New Zealand when we went. And it's a good hit that, and well fielded at the back.
Well fielded.
Do you think Alex will be disappointed with that drop catch, or do you think he's top 5?
It'll be impossible to tell because his face won't change even slightly. But yeah, he'll be disappointed. We have a theory.
And that's a great shot.
We have a theory at Longit and where he plays that he's probably the best fielder in the club. It's just that if you hit the ball hard enough at him, he's so light that he'll take it with him.
I think that one would have taken it with him wherever he's going. It's a lovely shot from Ollie Walker there. Obviously,
really clever ball.
These two, by the looks of it, they fancy taking a bit of Alex Ward here. The skin has jumped to 24 with.
It's really good to see though. It's
1.5 overs left.
2 England players batting, an England player bowling. Good. Alex has dealt really well there. He's gone full in at leg stump to not give Matt any room.
Do you reckon 50? 50 is a competitive total here if they get up to that?
I think so. Especially with the wides.
I think it's Felix to bowl the last over as well, so they would have seen him for 1 over. Hopefully, they've not had a chat about it. These two, they've just crossed, but another feature in junior cricket. They don't spend a lot of time almost pre-thinking or analysing what's happening and talking to each other.
No, I think they tend to try and keep things as simple as possible, and I think what Matt is going to do here is, if it's up, it's off. I think he thinks it's probably worth a risk at this point. If they're going to win the game, Matt will think they need to get a fair few runs in this over. Morgan just having a quick word with him and Derbyshire teammates. But I think he's going to think if it's up, it's off, and if not, we'll get 2 and I'll get up the other end. So Ollie, I imagine, will be thinking very similar. They keep the game very simple. Then it's just about execution.
A good catch there from Alex. A great catch
and
there
he
from
still
Alex.
hasn't celebrated.
Not celebrated, but I can tell you now, on these nets at Birmingham, that is a fantastic catch.
The reflexes, reactions.
Yeah, 100%.
And he made it look easy.
Yeah.
It's sickening. It's truly sickening. It's a good thing the men's players aren't here.
I tell you, some of these will be pushing them in a few years for their places.
Interestingly, Reeves just said loud enough for us to hear. I just told Felix, bowl it short, Matt will pull it, he'll pull it up, and then Alex will catch it. So Reeves just called that ball by ball.
Yeah, you do well to get it high enough to trouble Ollie Walker.
Not at that pace, yeah.
These two just having a little bit of a chat to each other. It's nice to see, actually, two friends going at each other, yeah. It's a lovely bowling, actually, isn't it?
It really
is.
is.
It's like a noble height, that.
Noble height. Another amazing catch. I think he's advanced.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that, but that's a good catch, one-handed, low down.
That's unreal. Again, without a celebration. And
Yeah.
he has smiled. I've just caught a smile.
Yeah, I think that one deserved a smile, to be honest.
He's enjoyed that. Reeve calling it ball by ball here. I might take the microphone over to him in a minute and get a bit of on court.
We should get him over and have a little interview, just see how he found that for innings.
He's just told Felix what to bowl this ball, so cutter. Where's that gone?
Oh, fielded well again at the back.
Well fielded. He's just called another ball here, so he's just called Felix to bowl off cutter. Felix delivered. Now he's telling him what he wants this time. This is what I wanted to see from our young players. I wanted to see them.
Yorker, by the looks of it.
Wanted to see them step up and deliver and decide what they wanted to deliver without being told by somebody else, this is what you need to do. They're thinking for themselves. Said to beam him because he's outside his crease.
Beam him because he's outside his crease.
Taking advantage of a rule there.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Kieran. It's good to know that there is these thinking cricketers. I mean, that's actually the only ball where he didn't speak to him, and it's ended up in 4 runs. A hard, strong shot through the offside by Ollie Walker, and 4 runs to finish the innings. Hopefully,
gone for 12 there.
I think Ollie Walker there scoring 30.
Yeah, that's strong. That is strong.
So the last 2 pairs getting 28 and 28. So
bit of momentum.
Going into the second innings. 40 on the board. If they can get off to a good start and get some early wickets in the first 2 pairs, they're well in the game here. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how they go about this, actually, Kieran, the Hurricane side, and how they're going to start off with their bowlers.
So again, they've got a really good, very bowling attack. Jack bowls left arm and swings the ball around corners. Matt's got wheels. Ollie's got wheels in bounce. You've got Joe bowls off spin. Another Joe that bowls leg spin.
Luke bowls leggies.
Luke bowls leg spin. Connor is very wily, cutters and hits a good length.
And Charlie Dennis, from what I remember, a very good front court fielder.
Really strong. They've got the strongest front court on today's showing. Charlie,
Him
Ollie
and Matt. Yeah.
with Luke keeping. Really
So who's
good.
going to field? Oh, so Ollie will be main and Charlie at point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt will do leg side. Joe Wilson again, an incredibly gifted and skillful fielder, similar to Wardy in that respect. He'll probably go on the line. Connor will control things from the back. He's a really calm presence at the back. So they're not out of this.
Interesting. Obviously, one thing about just want to say thank you to all the parents. If anyone that's actually watching the stream or watching it, after the games, thank you to the parents, because without them bringing the kids down, sitting here watching all day, these guys don't have the opportunity.
Something that I've had a little bit of feedback on already, actually, is the parents have enjoyed the men's matches.
Yeah.
A lot of them have never seen men's matches before. Obviously they've seen centre cricket if their sons play, but they've not seen men's matches played at this level, and they've really enjoyed it. A few that I've been speaking to are very happy. So straight away you see the skill from Jack. He's got good wheels. He's brought the ball back in. He's managed to create almost a false shot from Jack Wisher. It wasn't down and up. It got Ollie into the game as a fielder. So
I mean, it's a lovely left-handed action. That's a great shot there by Atwal. I mean, that's You know, we spoke about earlier, like I said to you, Mr. Consistent, does the basics very, very well.
Very interesting. They've got Joe Wilson on the off-1 position. Not that I am going to tell them they're doing things wrong, but I think
Dennis is a good fielder. Dennis is a bowl there.
Swings back in.
Top of middle stump.
The top of leg.
Oh, leg stump.
Yeah.
Bit of swing then. I tell you, it's a lovely bowling action, much like the gentleman standing next to me, Mr. Adil Khan. Lovely left-hand bowling action. Oh, sorry, it's Adil Mohammed. Left-hand in-swing bowler.
I was thinking more Aaron Watson.
Aaron Watson, yeah, another fantastic left-arm bowler. Played a bit first-class cricket, didn't he, Aaron? Obviously, I don't know whether we'll see him today on the cameras, but certainly next round we'll be seeing him on the live stream. But another fantastic left-arm bowler.
Jack comes in again.
In the air. That's a good catch at the back there.
Told you Connor's got a bit about him at the back as well.
So that's a great start from the Hurricanes. 2 wickets in that first over. What a way to get into the game. The perfect start, really.
And also they've woken up really early to a bit of pressure. They've got their noise going earlier. Just heard them 3-2-1 pressure. They've nicked that from Anish earlier, which is good to see. They sit and watch, and they've nicked a few chants.
I mean, I'm not sure about the 3-2-1, but
yeah, you like 2-3.
Yeah, certainly the pressure.
Jack comes in again. Good leave. Calm head from Atwell.
Yeah, so just talking about obviously the parents bringing some of the guys down. We've got guys getting trains from London. We've got guys from up north now, and all over the country, which is fantastic to see. But one thing that stood out to me, obviously you mentioned earlier that I think it's Case Mahmood's so desperate to perform and play at this level. He actually caught a taxi from Derby Central all the way to Birmingham.
Yes.
So
66 quid.
Fair play. 66 quid to come and play in Birmingham. It just shows how much these youngsters want it and how much they want to improve their games.
We have got him a lift back though.
Oh, that's
good.
Got to get a taxi
back. So really strong start, -2 after 1 over. Jack's a really good batter. He obviously pressure does things to people, but he really can play. He plays down and up nicely. I don't think he'll give his wicket away. If he's got out, that happens in cricket, but I don't think he'll be giving his wicket away. Yeah. It's going to be Connor to bowl.
And what's your thoughts on, obviously a lot of the juniors we've seen, or I've seen so at the start, that's a lovely shot. Down up for 3. Yeah, just the 3 there, fielded at the back by Matt Myers, but when they first came to the training in April, a lot of them using heavy bats and their outdoor bats. What's your thoughts on that indoor bat, outdoor bat scenario?
Just as there's a little nick behind there. Well, I don't think that every player you should be using exactly the same weighted bat. I obviously think that there's room for individuality. Certain people suit a slightly heavier bat. It depends sort of on your technique and your style, but far too often at the younger age groups we see 11-year-olds coming in with men's bats that weigh 2.8, 2.9, whatever they are. They're just too big, and it impacts.
I mean, Ollie Walker, I picked his bat up the other day and it's near enough £3 something.
Yeah, and I think that suits the style he bats with. He's not looking to strike through the ball very often. He's looking to just time the ball and let the weight of the bat do the work.
And he's a big lad.
And he's a big lad. But we see 11-year-olds with...
It's a good shot there. A rare misfield by Matt Myers at the back, and it's 4 runs side then back.
Yeah, we see too many that use bats that they just can't move. So when they get... One of the reasons they don't play bounce well or spin well is they don't have time to adapt. It's one shot or anything. And I think with respect to bowling machines, that sort of breeds that as well. They know exactly where the ball's going to be. It's just a repetitive nature of bowling machine, heavy bat. They don't have to think much. They don't have to adapt much. So one of the things you see in indoor cricket is people have to adapt, and I think the lighter bat helps with that. I'm not necessarily sure everybody has to have exactly the same bat, but the lighter bat helps people to adjust, I think.
Yeah, I mean...
Seen the first skin over there, by the way?
Yeah, 42 first skin on the other side, chasing 112. So the Lions team on 17 and under, they scored 112. Pretty consistent skins there, 33, 31, 18, 30. And in reply, the Warriors 17 and unders already on 43 with 1 ball to go.
So Joe Kelso here coming on to bowl. He's a leg spinner on the Warwickshire pathway, and well played by Silvac, and a good call.
And these two repping the Warpath bat and gloves here, both of this indoor specialist bats, obviously quite light.
Definitely suit that adaptability.
So what's he bowling here? Leg spin, is it?
Leg spin, yeah. Oh,
a little bit short there, I think.
Close with a hit though.
Needs to learn from the first innings, really. The spinners, the length they bowl, quite full, giving that ball a chance to spin, beat the outside edge, beat the inside edge. and will hopefully create a bit more chances. Again, a bit short there.
And
Chance though,
Oh, Matt's
rush.
rushed it. Although the bails are off, I assume that was Connor. Using the light up bails.
Yeah.
The Super League.
SMG providing these stumps for Action Indoor Sports,
better.
which is well bowled. Unlucky
out
missed
with
chance.
Out with a clean bit of fielding.
No, fantastic stumps there from SMG in Australia. So thank you to Brett and the guys there for providing these. So obviously they got off to a good start with the minus over, but these two have just batted well and got scored up to 15. What would you advise now, Kieran? What would be the way to go?
Nothing changes. Just keep playing for the twos. Keep putting the bad ball away if you get it. The way I like to talk about indoor cricket for batting, and what we talk about with the kids very often, is it's almost test match batting. If the bowler bowls a good ball, you respect it. If they hit a good length, you respect the fact they've hit the length. If they bowl a bad ball at you, then we punish it, whether that's with a down and up from the shorter ball or whether it's punching into the corners if they overpitch. So test match cricket, just keep going. Your discipline has got you to 17 and it will continue to.
Yeah, that's good insight, mate. Very good insight. And here we go. I think that by the looks of it, Matty Myers has decided that they want to try and pick up a couple of wickets going into the second skin, and they brought on Ollie Walker. So as mentioned, Ollie is 15, I think, 6'3", 6'4", gets a bit of bounce, can be quite intimidating. So they've obviously gone to him to try and pick up a couple here.
Yeah, it was a nice shot first by Jack, though. I think he took advantage of the line outside off stump.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it will phase Jack, to be honest, because another one, Jack again played National League Men's B on the weekend. Faced bowlers, probably quicker than Ollie, not necessarily as tall as Ollie, but certainly quicker at men's level. So I don't think it will phase him. I think he plays in a men's league as well. I'm not sure that Atwell plays against men's very often.
Yeah, plays for Atwell outside, and then plays for Atwell at indoor as well.
Okay.
On Sunday at Willows. Yeah, there's some
strong
start.
leagues around, isn't there? Derby
Yeah.
Leagues Juniors and UC Leagues. I think I had a good chat with Bob Manker from Bar Lane Community Sports in Nottingham, and he is extremely happy with the state of junior cricket at the minute.
Matt would have had him.
Yeah, interesting actually. Matt doesn't miss very often, but missed a few chances early here. That's not
pressure.
A bit of pressure, but we didn't. Obviously, Alex in the first game didn't really miss any chances.
No, he was.
That can be the difference in taking those small margins to winning the game.
Yeah. Just a quick one here. Ollie holding the ball cross seam, not therefore letting it have a chance to swing. I'm not sure he's a massive swinger of the ball anyway, but.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously played the game before, and they are using a Burley red seam on this court. Not quite sure how that's happened, but they are using a red seam by the looks of it, and obviously one ball per game, so it's not really going to swing that much in the second inning. So maybe electing to go for trying to get a bit of extra bounce or want to skid through.
Yeah. What are the differences, Anish, between the different balls?
The red seam, we find that we just don't generally swing it that much. It stays harder for longer, but I haven't found that it swings throughout the innings, or even as consistently in the first innings. It might swing for the first 4, 5, 6 overs, but even then it doesn't swing that much. It does bounce a bit more, being a harder ball. In terms of the green seam, obviously the super soft, they do swing a lot more. The new ones we've had in the country this year, a painted coat around them, they're lasting a bit longer, a bit harder, and they continue to swing through the full 32 overs.
Yeah, it's just as Matt comes into bowl, so Matt taking a little bit of responsibility here, first over of the second skin, bowling to his Derbyshire teammate Morgan Jones. Gets on top of him there.
Good call, that.
Yeah,
Very
good call. With Ollie looming at you. It's an interesting point though. I'm actually a fan of the one ball per game thing. I know not everyone is, but I'm a fan of the one ball per game because it takes away that massive advantage of getting a score and then swinging the second ball around corners as well. You actually have to get a score. I know there's an argument that if you don't get a score, it removes the equality of the.
And a man-cad there by Myers. Obviously, that's what you've been teaching them, Kieran.
No, I haven't taught anyone to man-cad.
Well, maybe it's Ollie Green and Liam Brazier.
It's Ollie Green, 100%. Definitely Ollie Green. somehow he's told Matt to do that, despite not being here, or Brazier has.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes needs must, as they say.
It's
Just
actually
the bottoms come out, mate. It's at the top there.
it's actually not it's not actually as taboo in indoor cricket. Just to clarify for anybody who's watching this and is new, basically think about the distance that you have to run. If you do get a big advantage by going early, it's impossible to run people out, and therefore it becomes a much more reasonable method of dismissal.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a nice bit of fielding by Joe.
to be honest, like, you should be watching the ball come out the bowler's hands and then
You
going.
should, yeah.
So nothing wrong with obviously getting that yard in, obviously, but once the ball's gone, get that backing up in there.
I actually didn't mind that one. Well, the ones I have a real problem with is when an 11-year-old sees it and then starts doing it every ball, and they're not actually moving. That's when Mankad's become annoying to me.
That's a very, very athletic bit of fielding in there from Myers. I mean, that's what he spoke about earlier, his athleticism, and showed there with a running towards his left, diving down, flicking himself up and throwing under his body to, almost hit the stumps there.
Yeah, and he's not missed by much. He's centimetres away. Looks like he's got it on him a little bit here, which I quite like. They really need to get going here.
Yeah, and here we have Luke Rudkin coming on to bowl. Leg spin, I believe you said earlier. Hopefully he can follow the same over as Matt and pick up a wicket or two.
One on the board for this pair.
Interestingly, Matty Myers elected to keep here.
Yeah, it's perhaps something that the kids struggle with. They don't tend to have many spare keepers. So when the keeper has to bowl, we don't tend to get a good keeper as a replacement all the time. I'm not saying Matt's not a good keeper, just saying we don't tend to have two. I think that would have been out with a hit. Matt showing his skills there. It's something we had quite a positive experience of in New Zealand. Freddie used to keep when Aaron couldn't. Freddie was a very strong keeper as well as Aaron. Oh, and he's missed.
Oh, he's got it. Just clipped the bails off there.
I thought he'd missed.
Reeve at the back there did not look happy with that decision. But
by World Cup umpire Matt Wheatcroft.
Yeah, how many coffees do you reckon Matt has in a day? Never see him without.
I'm not sure. I wonder how many haircuts he's had in a year.
None by the looks of it.
But out anyway, good bit of fielding from Joe, and Matt did actually make contact.
Bowling a bit short here.
And there's another chance. Joe again showing some skills.
So far, I think that's been a key difference between the two sides here for me, which is the spinners from the Hurricanes compared to the spinners from the Vipers. Hurricane spinners bowling a bit short.
Yep.
That's better. It's better than a great shot.
But a chance. Oh, if he hits, they just haven't hit as much either.
No.
That's certainly true. They haven't hit quite as much. This is essentially a fielding game.
Yeah, there's a good bit of noise now coming from the Hurricane side. They obviously feel that they can get wickets here. And
That's a strong shot.
I want a misfield at the back.
That's the pressure. Chance to run out. No. They've run an extra as well.
5 scored there in the end. Side net, then a misfield to back net, and then an overthrow run as well. So 5 scored.
A little bit of composure, and there might be a run out of the keepers then there.
There wasn't much talking going on there, was there, to let him know?
No, it's something the kids don't tend to do that well yet. They communicate when they're feeling good, when they're on top. And when it starts to go badly, they start to communicate less and less, which is actually something I'm learning about them. So as a coach looking to improve our players' abilities and looking to improve performances, that's something I need to know. If it's a coach always telling the players you need to talk more, I never know that that's a problem.
So
It's a strong start from Charlie.
I wouldn't say bowling's been his strongest suit from watching him, but it looks like he's doing a good job here with his lines.
Yeah, he's just hitting into that leg line.
I mean, that's the key, isn't it? No matter how strong or weak a bowler you are, if you can bowl the right line or length, and you can always cause problems. So let's hope he follows that third ball up. Again, straight opportunity to misfield.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have to be a strong bowler to take wickets, do you, Anish? You got 9, was it, in the Sri Lanka series?
Not counting, but 10.
Sorry, 10.
But yeah, no, I mean, in all honesty, I don't bowl outdoors. Unlucky drop catch. And a good bit of fielding by Dennis. No, my plans I try and keep very simple, which is obviously depending on what the batsmen are doing, but generically just trying to hit the batsman on their left thigh, and then swinging it into the left-handers.
Rushing his chances again.
Yeah, it's unusual for Matt.
Yeah,
Very unusual. He's normally so composed and.
I think it's the scoreboard. I think he's thinking I've got to rattle the stumps here. That's brilliant.
That's a brilliant bit of fielding.
Brilliant. That's a team bit of fielding as well.
That is some good quality indoor cricket. I mean, the first to block at Main by Ollie Walker into the hand or body, it was there, dropping down and swept up by Joe Wilson with a direct hit. So another run out and a great bit of fielding from the Hurricanes. Hopefully a bit more of that and they can get themselves back into this game. They'll worry that Reeve Evans is still to come batting last. He doesn't often fail. So they are going to need to find, I believe, a minus pair somewhere out the next two.
Yeah, that's why he's gone with Ranga again to attack.
Oh, and a wicket. You're absolutely correct there, Kieran. Absolutely correct. They brought on Ranganathan and a nick off first ball. A good catch by Rudkin behind the stumps there. And another wicket. So let's see how much more they can pick up in this skin here.
So yeah, we're here watching the Hurricanes versus the... Oh, that's beautiful, Joe. Hurricanes versus the Vipers. Obviously, we're live streaming games from all 3 rounds for the 17 and under Super League. Each team will be live streamed on each day coming up. So plenty of chances to see how all the 4 teams get on if you're following whichever team. Either the Hurricanes, the Vipers, the Warriors, or the Lions.
Just an update on the other court here. The Warriors 17's chasing 112. They got 34 off the first skin, 44 off that first skin, winning that. Then 31 in reply. Just started their third pair, who just lost the wicket in the first, but they're on 74 halfway through. So a good start from them. Obviously the Lions just need a couple of wickets to take them completely out of the game, but if they keep going how they have been going, could get a win there for the Warriors.
Not that you're looking for a Warrior win there, Anish?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about this franchise system, this draft system, the fact that there are now 4 tiers to a side. You know, obviously National League, there isn't that tier scenario where you have maybe an A-League, one team in the A-League, one team in the B-League, and that's it. There is no 21 and unders National League. There isn't a 19 and unders National League. You are just representing those sides to wherever it is from. So, you know, your Derby Cobra side or a Nottingham side, Leicester side. There aren't really tiered structure. Whereas now, at least there's a men's, for example, a men's Warrior side, the 17's Warrior side, 15's Warrior side, and 13's Warrior side. And I think what we're going to see in the final games of the day is some of these 17's Super League players coming up to play in their men's franchise, which is exactly the point of it. And these guys can grow up having people older than them or more senior than them and learning from them.
Yeah, definitely. It's a real positive step forward for us to have a structure and a flow to the development.
I want a drop catch.
Yeah, there are the chances here. Indoor cricket always provides chances for you as a fielding team. Just to say that, Aaron Brown on the other court creates a chance. Not taken.
Yeah, he's a fabulous young keeper, Aaron.
Derbyshire Pathway keeper.
Derbyshire Pathway, and short and don't run out chance. No, missed.
No, fumbled again. It's a good thing Matt Barton's not here doing the analysis of fielding.
Yeah, I mean, that was one step as well in the right direction, I believe, for the side this week against their series against Sri Lanka. Run opportunity. Not out again, fumbled again. Having an analysis there at the game, just marking down missed chances and other bits and other scenarios. So it'd be good to see that feedback when it comes. And another chance
come in. That's gone.
And that's how. Taken.
Lovely.
Well fielded by Ranganathan.
That didn't even need to be quick.
No, he just took his time, got the ball in hand and given it to the top stumps and a run out opportunity and taken. So this pair slipping to the minus. Another few wickets here and it could lead to an interesting finish, but again I think they'll still know that Reeve Evans is such a strong batsman. They are going to need to put this pair into minus 12 or minus 15.
Yeah, especially when he bats with Alex, the two of them together are fairly useful. They batted last in a game against Australia where we lost by single figures. I can't quite remember the number, but that's a pretty close game for England against Australia at indoor.
That's a much better length, much better length. That's the length that they're bowling in the first innings. That's one of the very few balls that the Hurricanes got up there. But again, a wild swing could have led to a wicket, so spinners take note.
Yeah, you got to give it a chance to spin.
Max Goddard running into bowl on the other side, on the other court here.
A nice bit of
Hard
fielding
worker, Max Goddard.
Plays a lot.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant to see. I mean, I've been down here at the Birmingham City Centre I work at, and watch him play in the men's leagues weekly. And he works hard, he stays after, does a bit. Him and Luke Rushbrook, so that's good to see.
Yeah, he's actually bowling at Luke now.
Had two good friends bowling at each other and batting. So, like we had earlier with Ollie and Reeve, that's what the Super League brings. You don't play with your friends and your mates. Create some interesting battles.
Yeah, I think it brings more pressure as well. You don't want to get out to your mates.
Run out opportunity. And that's out, run out.
Really good from Kelso. Really, really calm bit of fielding.
And a bit of noise there from Matty Myers, a bit of attitude in the middle. Hopefully they can create a bit of pressure to make this game an interesting one.
Oh, they've copied you there, 2-3, not 3-2-1.
Yeah, 2-3. It's much better than the 1-2-3 or the 3-2-1. It's good to see that the on court 2 over there, that a lot of the men's players are sitting there watching the juniors. And that's fantastic to see, and exactly what we want from this. I don't think I've seen it stopped.
Finley Moore just showing up.
Yeah, Finley Moore, another hard worker. I mean,
it's a good shot, but chance missed again.
Missed again, but better. At least it was in hand that time, and the opportunity was there. Yeah, Finley Moore, hard worker. Obviously went to the 2018 Junior World Series with the under-17s. Since then, has trained hard, worked hard, got himself into 21s, and that's a good shot there. Ollie Walker taking another hit.
Always wears one.
Always wears one in a game. I got himself to the 21 underside, Finley. I believe he's been on his level 2 coaching course today, so hasn't been able to play in the men's Super League, but in for this last game by the looks of it. A great bit of fielding by Aaron on the other court.
Just missed.
Yeah, missed again.
But fantastic pickup.
Good shot by Felix.
Yeah, we've not really spoke too much about this as a batting pair. Just let them get on with their business. Felix currently on a minus, but a couple of nice shots there. As Ollie laughs at us as he gives his bruise a rub. And then Sam, who hits the ball nice and clean. He's obviously a big fella. But make sure he gets clean contact more often than not. So Luke to bowl. Really interesting captaincy here from Matt. These two, I think, with the ball moving away from him, is a good option if he can get his lengths.
Great shot.
He's got to get it up there a little bit more. Got to be brave in indoor cricket. Run out chance on the other strike, on the other game.
Again, sure. I mean, just got to get that length up there. I mean, I'm sure from a coaching point of view, you'd rather see these guys hitting a 5 or 7 from a full ball rather than just keep them dunking short ones.
Yeah, they get into this habit where they think hip works all the time because obviously if you are getting pumped 5s and 7s, you would rather go for a 2. But actually what you find is if you're brave enough to stick with it and you've got a good field inside, you're going to take wickets. So there's a chance. No. World Cup umpire Matt Wheatcroft, clearly a better umpire than me. I
thought that was caught.
Yeah, crowd catch. But a better length. And there's another chance. Obviously not. I'd say Matt's dropped one there. But it is third ball.
Interesting to see how they go about this. I do think they need a wicket here. They need some kind of pressure on the next pair coming into bat. It doesn't matter how good you are, you will always feel that pressure with runs behind chasing.
Yeah, the kids' teams absolutely love chasing. Anish, if you win the toss, obviously conditions don't hugely come into it. What are you normally looking to do?
So in 2017 at the Dubai World Cup, we went through the phase of bowling first and chasing. I mean, that was more another one there, Ollie. Might want to invest in some shin pads by the looks of it. Keeps getting hit. No, just in terms of that, yeah. So we always look to bowl first, and the reason, maybe a negative reason if you look at it, but we knew as a side that our bowling strength wasn't quite as strong as other teams. We had a lot of bowlers that kind of just put the ball in the right spot as opposed to excess pace, excess spin, balance, etc.
Oh, Matt.
So we went with the plan of bowl first and chase because we didn't believe as a side we had the ability to defend scores, especially with the teams like UAE, India, these guys that do go a bit more back net. Malaysia went a bit back net, and obviously the Aussies and the Kiwis, Saffers, they dunk really well. We didn't feel like we had the bowling strength to restrict sides, so we prefer chasing and doing that, and that's the plan we kind of stuck with.
The kids' teams seem to prefer chasing. I think that's because they feel more in control of the game. Third ball opportunity here. It's leg side wide, but they're running. Needs to be taken, and is. Woke up umpire Matt Winkoff gives it.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a replay, but...
No, I think you'd probably be right, knowing him, but it didn't look right. Well, I'm sure the viewers at home will let us know. We're just watching it on our cameras here.
Yeah, that's
maybe out.
I'd give that.
Well, he's had a good day, so can't doubt it. Well, that pair's just swapped over. They finished on 7 and a 1-point skin win for the Hurricanes there. Reeve and Alex Ward, Reeve Evans and Alex Ward come into bat now. Very strong last pair. There's a bit of chat happening on the court here. Actually from the batsman out to the fielders, which is unusual.
Not when Reeve's batting. So Ward here not backing up.
A very good ball there from Joe Wilson.
It's going in my little black book of things to note. Alex not backing up. Watch.
He is cracking a smile though.
He is smiling, but he isn't backing up. I'd rather him back up.
And that almost cost him a wicket there.
Yeah, Matt's done brilliant there. We'll be honest with Matt, he's not had his best day fielding, but that was fantastic. He put the ball right into the area that Luke would want it, and unfortunately a little fumble, and that gets Alex in. Matt knows to throw to Alex's end because he coasts. Something that frustrated me in the game earlier, Anish.
Coasting.
Under 17 players coasting in.
And again a chance.
Brilliant by Matt.
Yeah, it looks like actually one thing that we did speak to Reeve about in New Zealand was his leg side game. Everything offside was good. He hit 7s when it was full. Just working on that leg side game.
That's another chance.
It looks like he has, the way he's shaping up there. Just not quite getting it over, Matt. Obviously he's a very good fielder, but a chance goes begging. They've got to take these chances if they want to stay in the game.
Yeah, everyone talks in indoor cricket about... there you go, there's a chance. Take it.
That is a good catch.
It was a good catch by Luke. Everyone talks in indoor cricket about, your batting and your bowling, and fielding is not underestimated because I think most people see the value of fielding. But realistically, the team that fields best wins. Usually that's the case.
I mean, we found that, haven't we, with our National Cup competition with the juniors. That's been correct. I mean, the team
the best
that
team that
fields best. I think when you get to men's level, generally you'll find that across the board, the team that does the most consistent batting, bowling, fielding wins. Obviously, like the Sri Lanka series this week, we saw actually the team that batted the most consistently won. The levels of fielding are quite equal across both sides. Obviously, not losing wickets was more the key. But I understand what you're saying. Obviously, the better side that fields takes more wickets, so it can be looked at that way. Yeah,
what we see with the kids' games is that batting and bowling is usually pretty good. There's a lot of county players that are involved. Well fielded, Joe.
What I like about Reeve there, sorry to interrupt you, is just the way he plays his shots. It's almost got a bit of flair and just looks stylish.
Yeah, he looks good, doesn't he, when he bats? He also keeps looking at us to work out what we're saying. It's nice from Joe, but they're not there.
I tell you what, that other game is heating up.
Yeah, Tazim Ali batting at the minute, who is currently 13. 97 is the score for the batting team. They're chasing 112, 113 to win, and there are 8 balls
left. Only 8 balls left, so never easy with a youngster coming up. He's batting with Laddie, who I believe is really. That's a lovely shot.
I'm jealous.
That's the style that I'm talking about. Charisma.
And he gives us a little look to see what we caught it. Yeah, fair play.
And another man-cad, a different man-cad from Matt.
Yeah,
that one's from over the wicket, and unusual that for Evans to leave the crease here. He's very, very, very disappointed with himself. I can see it the way he's acting. He's obviously not happy with that, but
he was out of his crease.
Like I said,
quite
that's a different man-cad from Matt Myers. That's from over the wicket. It takes a bit of skill, I think, to do that.
Yeah, and nobody has taught him that. He's worked that one out on his own. We've not done that in a session.
Well, I don't know what you're doing at England sessions, but there's been a lot of that today.
And a hit and out. No hit. So yeah, the fielding team that takes the most chances in junior cricket usually wins. The under-12s tournament was an absolute showpiece.
Is that just because of the amount of chances?
Yeah, give away. They run a lot, so there's loads of chances. And then the team that takes the most then wins. 2 good games here. I wonder if we. Oh, Tazim.
I'll tell you what, on that other court, I think it's set for a good pitch. It's 12 off 5, but
we can't.
I think with the pressure, with the pressure on Seb bowling, Sebby Sydenham, I'm sure at some point at junior level there will be a wide or no ball. That's a lovely shot.
Interesting. Reeve for getting in there.
Yeah, Reeve's got in there.
Him being really switched on. He's just been cleaned up by Ollie and still put his bat in.
Yeah, obviously that we said best mates as well, so bit of banter there.
As well. Jason's laughing down the line.
Dad's laughing down his side.
As is Neil.
A lovely shot. That's a lovely shot.
Well fielded though.
He just bounds into the crease at this end. The score here, to be fair, is 44-40. It's close.
Ball from Sebi. 1 ball left.
There's 2 left, isn't it?
Sorry, 2 left.
Good from Wardy. Keeping it simple.
Doesn't always look like he's awake, and yet he just gets the ball down and up. Doesn't always do it in the most classical style, but he just gets the ball down and up. Really
a lovely shot.
You know what I really like about that? Anish, I think he will appreciate that if he saw it. Before the ball was bowled there, Reeves fainted to come down, forcing Joe to think about the length he's going to bowl, and he's then gone shorter, by which point Reeve has already gone back.
That's a lovely length.
And then pulled it.
I tell you, there's a bit of kerfuffle on the other court there. Case Mahmood looking for the little bat lift by the non-striker and run out. The crowd clearly showing their displeasure over there. Another good dunk here on this court by Wardy. So back onto the court 2. Warriors needing 5 to win the game off the last ball, 4 to tie the game. Sebi Sydenham bowling to Tazim Ali. What a great opportunity for that young man to stand up, playing an age group above, to finish with a 4. Looking at the off-line, feet on the line. It's a no ball there. Max Goddard, standing on the line. Yeah.
So that's 3 scored.
Yeah. There's a bit of a more kerfuffle on that court. So they re-bowled it. Actually, it was a no ball plus 2.
Oh, Connor, is that not a catch?
Is that not caught? Was that a bump ball, was it?
Connor signalled that bump ball. That's incredible honesty.
That's a great bit of fair play cricket there, because that looked out to all of us. Yeah, that's a great bit of fair play cricket that from Spirit of Cricket.
Are now tied on that court.
I mean, I'm not saying anything, but the Warriors boys just need 1 to win.
I'm not associated to a team, so I don't mind what happens.
Dave, try and get him off.
I'll take him, Luke.
And the Warriors boys in that far court win by 1 run.
Indoor cricket at its 10th best.
Dave not happy. Dave asking him to come down.
So, how many balls left here, Anish? 2 left on this court. Sorry for getting distracted. It's just that's the nature of the beast.
Good game on the other court. That's why a win by 1 run by the Warriors.
Oh,
Final 2 balls here. Ollie with a great Yorker.
Not a wicket though.
No, and we said this game was going to be close. I think we said in the first innings if they could get up to 50, it would have been a good game.
Yeah.
The Viper side here on 51 with 1 ball to go.
They've had so many chances.
Yeah, and they've had loads of chances. And maybe another chance there, keeper's end. And a run out to finish. So just shows 51 plays. No, it's 46 plays 40.
So another good game. Another good game. 2 very different games though. High scoring on court 2, low scoring on court 1. Probably reflective of the slightly stronger fielding demonstrated today.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, these 2 are top of the group before this game, and obviously they've got to top of the group by fielding well. As you said, it's a big difference in junior cricket. So, 46 plays 40, a Vipers win, 2 skins each on this court, and a good finish to the first day for the 17 and unders Super League.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next time. There's another game coming up next on court 1 with the Hurricanes playing the Vipers at men's level. And feel free to join us in around half an hour for that game to start.
Yeah, that game will be at 7. So see you then. Thank you very much, and goodbye.